This is probably going to be a quick one, but I was thinking about something today while watching the latest episode of The Mandalorian. This show, The Mandalorian, is saving Star Wars. In my opinion, it is saving the franchise. Hear me out on this, because over the past, I'd say, 5 years, ever since The Force Awakens came out, right? Slowly but surely, fans have been losing faith in the Star Wars franchise. It's pretty obvious. Most fans were on board with the first film. The second one, it took like this 50-50 dive, where like half the fans were like, fuck this, nah, I don't like it, right? Then the third film was so wacky because of changing directors and trying to change the storylines to make it fit what the new director wanted and the new writer wanted. It really took a toll on the actual film and on the entire storyline. Now, I enjoyed all three of these films, but I do think that they go in order, like best to worst, right? Force Awakens and The Last Jedi was like, okay, all right, they're going a little different here, but I can go with it. But then the third one, it was kind of like, okay, I guess this is Star Wars. But I didn't hate any of them. But a lot of fans did, okay? And I feel like a good portion of the fans, by the end of the not third film, but the ninth film in the franchise, in the Skywalker saga, by the end of that film, a good portion of fans were soured on Star Wars, including me. I was like, I'm still on board, right? Because I fucking love Star Wars. I love it. I love it way more than just the Skywalker saga. I love the books. I love the comics. I love the animated series. Like, I'm pretty deep in this stuff. I like the Old Republic stuff. I like everything. And even me, I was kind of like, all right. Hopefully Disney Plus does something good with this Mandalorian series and whatever other series they start to do. And I was definitely open-minded because I wanted it to be good. But I didn't know what to expect, really. And to be completely honest, Season 1 of The Mandalorian was good. It was good. But Season 2 is heads and shoulders above Season 1. It is so goddamn good. Season 2 is, for me, it's the best Star Wars we've seen since the prequels. And I know a lot of people won't like that either because a lot of people hate the prequels. But, I'm one of those weirdos who loves the prequels. I love the originals and I love the prequels. And I love all of the animated series, but most especially the Clone Wars. And this is my favorite thing since the prequels and the Clone Wars, 100%. And it's just so good. The writing is so good. Like, Jon Favreau has done so good with this and brought on so many amazing writers, actors, cinematographers, special effects people. It's crazy. It's all filmed in studios. It's not even filmed like everything CG. And it's still so good. So good. And it's not just that it reminds me of the originals either. It reminds me a lot of Old Republic, or the Clone Wars stuff. It reminds me a lot of the prequels, right? It's got a lot of stuff in there. Hold on, let me adjust my lighting here. My little makeshift lighting. There we go. Sorry about that. Finishing up here. It's so good. Like, what they've done with the second season, they've brought in characters, like I said, from what I love, the Clone Wars. They brought back characters, right? They brought back Boba Fett from the original trilogy, which everyone thought was dead. Okay? They brought him back from the dead. They brought Ahsoka Tano back. They brought a ton of cool characters back and introduced some new characters. And that was one of my favorite things about the Clone Wars, is that it made the universe so vast that they could introduce all these new characters you'd never heard of. New interesting characters. And like the character that, Greenfeld? Greenfeld, maybe? The character that Bill Burr plays in season 1 and is now back in season 2. Awesome character. I love that character. Not just because I love Bill Burr, but I think it's a cool character. You got this like a little mercenary guy. I love him. I love him. But Boba Fett's strong. All the characters they have in here are so good. And Ahsoka. Oh my god, dude. That, like, I'm blown away every week by this show because I keep thinking when I watch the latest episode, like, well, this has got to be the best episode this season. Like, even if the rest of the season is great, it's downhill from here. And then I'm proved wrong the very next week. Like, the week before, actually, the first one that really caught me was the one with Timothy Oliphant as, the sheriff or ranger or whatever he was, okay, in that town in the, I think it was episode 2 this season. Maybe it was episode 1. But I loved that episode, right? Oh, it was the first episode because it reminded me of Tremors, I remember. But from then on, they got better each week. And when they brought on Ahsoka Tano, I was like, there's no way that it gets any better. But in all honesty, I think it did. I think the next episode, the action is so good this season. So much. It's like they took season 1 and just juiced it up to the gills on steroids. It's so good, man. I don't know. I'm just really excited to see. For me, it's bringing Star Wars back, and I think most of the fans agree that The Mandalorian is really good. Like, it's not like how the other movies kind of split the fans in half or even into quarters. I think most fans, most real, like, hardcore Star Wars fans are on board with The Mandalorian, and I'm really happy to see that. And most of all, it's selfish. I'm just happy for myself that I get the kind of stories that Star Wars that I imagine, right? When I'm reading the Star Wars novels, when I'm watching the Clone Wars for the 1000th time, like when I'm rewatching the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, like in my head, there's this idea of what Star Wars is, and I feel like The Mandalorian is doing that, and I fucking love it. I can't wait. I can't wait for each week. Like, I just got done with this week, and I loved it. And now I can't wait for next week. I can't wait. Now, season 1 didn't do that for me. Like, it was good, and I enjoyed it, but this season's got me really anticipating every episode. And next week is the final episode, and I'm kind of sad about that, because this season has been so damn good. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. If you're listening to this in podcast form, hit me up on social media. Real Brett Scott on Instagram or Twitter. Let me know what you think. Also, if you like videos like this or podcasts like this, what I do on this channel is every day I try to pick a random topic and talk about it. Stuff that's interesting to me. It's usually pop culture or entertainment related, but sometimes it's all over the place. It's random thoughts that I have. But I try to upload every single day. I'm not perfect, but most days I put some content out there. So if that's something you can vibe with, please subscribe for more. And if you decide to subscribe or favorite or follow the podcast, then I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks.